cornered, let's say, in a country occupied since 75 years. So that's why we need, like, whales. You can breathe under the water, but not for a very long time. So you need to go up, breathe, and go back again to try to make things better for your community. I don't like to leave this country. It's a beautiful place. Communicating with good people for a good cause is what keeps us alive, what keeps us different. Because if we do business for the money, I can assure you we'll never be rich. But definitely we keep ourselves rich by meeting nice people.
I'm Farah Shammas. Welcome to Hotel Talk. We hope you enjoy listening to this friendly conversation between people connected by real life in hotels. Everyone, welcome to Hotel Talk, and today I'm very, very happy to welcome Amal Daraghmeh Masri, who is the editor-in-chief and CEO of the Middle East Business News magazine and also CEO of Ougarit Group for marketing. She also has quite a few other jobs and roles under her sleeve, to name a few, and I'm going to let her tell us all about that. Amal and I met quite a few years ago now at a Creative Women Conference, which was lovely, organised by Olga Balaklits, who has been on Hotel Talk as well. It's a great episode, so check that out. And Amal and I have always stayed connected. She's been to Cyprus, she's stayed at St. Raphael. We've even done a cook vegan video together, making Palestinian food, and we had a lot of fun. So Amal, welcome.
Oh, thank you very much for this very nice introduction. I still keep great memories of our first encounter. That was long years ago, maybe 12 years ago, 13. And the Creative Women platform is one of the, my favorites of all. And of course, always Olga there when we talk about about Creative Women, and our friend,
so many. I mean, just so many, amazing ladies. I will always remember the first time we met. You gave an absolutely beautiful talk or speech, and I mean, we hear speeches every day, and not all of them stay with us, but yours really did, on, the power and the strength of women, and how, we've got to tune into that compassion. And it made a big impact on me. So I loved it. So, Amal, why don't we start by telling everyone, in your words, a bit about you? And there's a lot to be said, but let's try and wrap it up in 2 or 3 minutes. Tell us a bit about you, where you're from, where you live, what you do, and why you do it.
Yeah, it's a long story short. I live in Palestine. This is the first thing that makes everything different. Everything has a different meaning when you live in a country like ours, where everything is not certain, where everything is not taken for granted. So every morning is a different one. So every morning you say, I'm alive. That's great. So let me, take the best of it. I am a mother of 3. I like to begin always by presenting myself and now I'm a grandmother of a nice twins.
That's exciting. I saw the pictures. They're adorable.
Yeah. This is, in the Middle East, it's lovely because, children get married earlier than in Europe. So at least we take advantage of it. So we have grandchildren. And I really, really enjoy it. And what I do, I have, my time is split between my work as the editor-in-chief of Middle East Business Magazine. And we added another magazine, which is Lacom for youngpreneurs, which is, ran and founded by my 2 daughters. One of them is the mother of my grandchildren. And we have a printing company. I am a board member in it. And the rest of my time is donated for the community, for society. I volunteer for municipalities to establish economic councils for 3 municipalities in my area. And I am a member in many organizations locally and worldwide. I'm one of the founding members of Middle East Businesswomen Network. businesswoman forum in Palestine, member at the Arab Zurich Network, member of Islamic Reporting Initiative in London, Media Coalition in USA. You know, it's a bit local and regional and global, and that's what keeps me alive and liveful, actually, because you know, staying only here makes you feel all the time, you know, cornered, let's say, in a country occupied since 75 years. So that's why we need, like, you know, whales. You can breathe under the water, but not for a very long time. So you need to go up, breathe, and go back again to try to make things better for your community. I don't like to leave this country. It's a beautiful place. But
Actually,
however,
that's one of my questions. Tell us a bit about Palestine, because, you know, for so many people, all they would ever have seen of Palestine is on the news, a bit like Lebanon, when someone says, oh, something looks like Beirut. When I was growing up and people say, oh, that's like Beirut, they meant that's a mess. And then I was like, no, Beirut's beautiful and it's lovely. But when, you know, people only see these negative and very sad images on different media platforms. So tell us what life in Palestine is really like. Tell us about the beauty of Palestine and what you love about it, and a bit about the people. Yeah.
I wish I was in Beirut. You know, even with all news all around, Beirut
I don't think
is
it's the best
beautiful.
time to be there right now, but yeah,
It's better
it's a
than being
great
in
place.
Palestine, I can assure you. Living here, it's like living in a beautiful hell. You know, it's really beautiful hell. It's hell, but it's beautiful. It's being in a place where everybody wants to be there, but you want to go out when when you can't move from a city to another, when you can't feel safe for your kids and grandkids, because you're not sure if they are going to stay alive in the coming 24 hours. You want to be there because, you know, we have Al-Aqsa Mosque, and we have the Holy Sepulchre, and we have all the religious sites that everybody wants to see, but you can't see yours. I can't go to Aqsa to pray each Friday as I wish, because you're not allowed to as a Palestinian. It's living in a segregated place where you're forced, like a cattle, to go in certain roads because you're not allowed by the occupation. And now it's even worse, because part of my lands that I own with my sisters in the village is now confiscated by Israeli forces. It's 130 dunams, which is a huge place, you know, where you cannot invest it. Me as a businesswoman, I want to invest in my lands, but I can't. And seeing what's happening now with Gaza is so heartbreaking. But you're still hopeful that things will be different someday. This beautiful hell maybe will become beautiful paradise, but we need to be patient. We need to have faith in our Creator, in Allah, that this will not go on forever. It's hard to wake up every morning and have heartache for someone we lost in Gaza, especially these days. We have lost friends, we have lost businesses. Many of our businesses we deal with, my clients, they have lost branches. They were, you know, really zero to the ground. They lost staff, and my business we have lost 80% of our income due to the situation now. It's becoming like being between two walls, but it's becoming narrower when you try to breathe the last one. And it's really, you need a lot of hope to be able. My name means hope anyway, Amal.
Yeah, I know, it's such a beautiful name.
Your name is Farah, which in Arabic means joy.
Joy. Yeah.
Maybe that's why
So
we're
between
connected.
us, hope and joy.
Yeah,
Honestly,
we can do so much.
we can do a
Um,
lot.
and today, hosting me at your beautiful hotel talk gives me this window of hope, of oxygen, that I'm not able to do since quite a while. We cannot travel now. We're banned from going through the airport. We have to travel through Jordan, and it's so expensive, tiring, exhausting. It's a part of the world where you need to prove every day and use all your survival skills, mentally, physically, financially, because we have staff. I have employees I need to support. I can't let them go because we have 80% down of our businesses. We have 20% left, which is really, and you have to understand the situation of your clients, because many of them are banks and they have many branches in Gaza and they have nothing left. We have because one of our companies is a printing company, and which is Al Kalam, and one of the largest printing companies is now it's zero really nothing there. We have friends that lost their houses and they call you every day, and you wake up in the morning and say, okay, my roof is on the top of my head because I'm in the part of the West Bank of Palestine that isn't yet not sheltered, not bombarded. So I say, should I have a roof on top of my head while my friends don't? Why our relatives in
That is
Gaza
that survivor guilt. Yeah.
Yeah, survival guilt is exactly this term. However, we try to do our best to keep our friends in Gaza alive who left there, to share with them what we have left of income to send to them, to give them some piece of hope that is yet there to be digged for, because it's narrowing down. It's almost at zero hope in Gaza. And in the West Bank, it's a different level of hardships, and it's a different level of survival that you need to show, but your survival rate is higher than Gaza. So you say, okay, I'm alive today, let me do the best of it, let's do a good thing, let me go and meet this client, or let me try
You
to
just
see if
keep
I
on.
can.
You've got to keep
Yeah.
on and just.
Yes,
So
yes.
is that, I remember years ago you telling me that's part of the reason you started your career and your life, setting up a magazine to share with not just Palestinians, but the world, the Arabic world, views and interesting points. So tell us a bit about that. Why did you go into publishing? Why did you set up a magazine? What's your aim? Let's hear a little bit.
Can I show you the magazine?
Yes,
Maybe.
please. We'd love to. It's mainly, most people are going to listen to this on audio, but some people will be watching on YouTube.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a channel on YouTube and Facebook and
And yeah,
LinkedIn, and it's
and just to
Arabic
tell
and
everyone,
English.
it's Arabic. Yeah, it's in
And
Arabic
English, it's both.
and English.
It,
Okay.
it's rare in the region to have two magazines in one cover, so you have
Mm.
both in one cover.
Mm-hmm.
And I really enjoy it. Maybe it's part where I still survive. This is fishing in shark infested waters. This is the title of this issue, and it's Arabic and English. It's artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
So it's both languages, and in French as well on the online. And I started my company Ougarit Group in '99. Ougarit is a Syrian historical place called Ras Shamra today. It's near your grandparents. It's
Yeah,
near.
you remember near Homs where they were from. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a historical place where the alphabet was created.
Mm-hmm.
And I linked history, modern with modern and old, and we brought the name Ougarit 99. 10 years, 11 years later, we made the magazine. The magazine is quite there since 12 years. And now the new magazine for the online only for youngpreneurs and Arabic only that my daughters started together. I think communication is one of the most important things that make human beings survive. Being
And
able to.
makes us so different. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So since my company, the first one in '99 was communication, PR, and advertising and media, and then a few years later, I started the magazine. I started to make training for media, and I still do. We train for media and for communication skills and everything is related. And we make conferences all over in Greece. We make in Cyprus, sometimes in Paphos, we make in Jordan, France, Turkey. So we go around a little bit when we can, and it makes us connect. We don't speak only about Palestine. We speak
No, you speak. Yeah.
15% about Palestine. The whole rest is issues and things that are interesting for everybody. So now it's on Press Reader and Magsta, two international platforms where we can download the PDF. and we sometimes make some of them for free, so everybody can read. And sometimes, it depends on situations. Sometimes it's paid. So now the latest issue is for free. We made it open for everyone. I'll show it to you. It's about the entrepreneurs in Gaza, what happened to them. So
Wow.
it's an amazing topic about the bias, the data bias award designed for men. Imagine, even
Wow.
the press shelter, shield, for it's designed for men and not designed for women. So it's more dangerous to have this for women because it doesn't protect them well. You go inside.
Imagine.
It's amazing. We've done research about it. Even the car seat is designed for men. So it's more likely pregnant women will get hurt because it's not
Yeah.
designed for women. Even piano, imagine the height of a piano is designed for men. Mobile, kitchen stuff designed only
You know
for
what? I
women,
never
for
thought of
men.
this. I was discussing it recently with my sister about languages, that a lot of words in our language are, come from like misogynistic vibes, or, origins, let's say. And I never thought of all of these things as well.
It's amazing. The research
Amazing.
you can this issue. I think it's for free on Press Read. I can send it to you and share it with your friends.
Please, yeah.
It's amazing. It's upon researches and numbers. Even climatic inside companies, it's colder for women than men. It's designed for men. Machines, same thing. So I was really amazed by all this stuff that are not for women. Come on, it's dangerous, especially the seatbelt. So we bring up topics like this that are good for reading, but at the same time they are good for lobbying for some categories of society, like for some
And they
we
add
lobby for
value.
women.
They add
Yeah,
value.
they add value, and we send them to decision makers so they can whenever there are new policies, new procedures. So the magazine is for information, enjoyment, because we publish things that are can be light stuff, like
Yeah.
lifestyle or things like that. But things can be go for policy making and help women all over the world, not only in the region. And it's and you make conversations out of it. Everything could be about men and women, and everything can influence their lives. We can publish about it. We have experts writing for us all over the world. Please,
yeah. So what was your inspiration? What happened in your life? What was the trigger that said, this is the path I want to follow?
Maybe before I started, I always promised myself to start my own business before
Okay.
turning 30, and it happened so exactly. I'm a Leo. I'm born in August.
That's strong. It's your
So my
birthday
birthday,
now.
yes, it was a few days ago, and I don't like that bosses, frankly. So because I'm
You need
creative,
to be the,
yeah,
yeah,
I need to be on taking
need
decisions
to
on
be the
my
boss.
own. Yeah, because sometimes if you want to change something, you need to have this protect procedures. Because I worked in diplomatic corps, I worked in ministries, I worked in private companies. I said no, I want to be my own, to be able to change, and and since I work in communication, PR, and media, magazine, and we have an advertising company, the magazine brings them all together, brings the media part,
It was almost like a natural conclusion
absolutely, and
to
we have a
everything you
printing
were doing.
company, so we produce everything locally inside the
Oh,
company.
yeah, and you support, you
Yeah,
support local.
yeah,
I
absolutely,
really love that.
yeah, and we just used to distribute it in 10 countries around the world, including Cyprus, before the COVID-19 hit. And with COVID-19, of course, we couldn't send it was in airports everywhere. And with COVID, everything became digital. We were already digital, which was great because 12 years ago, we launched the magazine offline, online, which was rare. And that shows you that whenever you are advanced, you pay more, that's for sure, because you're advanced. But when you need it, you're ready. We were ready
You're
when COVID
ready.
hit. we didn't have to do anything all of a sudden. Everything was there. So everything, even the digital platforms. Now we are on Etihad Airlines in Abu Dhabi, digital copy on all the airplanes along with Forbes Middle East Arabic. So it means whenever you're advanced in your thinking, you pay more, but afterwards you have a better return on investment. So this is, I like to communicate with people. I like talking to them. Like I like you. I like
You're a
communicating.
good communicator. So it all makes sense. All roads lead to this. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Perfect conclusion. I love it. And I have this question for you. What are you most proud of?
Actually, I'm always content with what I have. So I never look back. I always say the moment I'm in is the best, and let's make the best of it. And of everything, actually, being a survival in Palestine, staying in Palestine until now, not leaving. I'm not gonna leave. Not my husband, not my children. I hope not my grandchildren. I'm proud of that, actually, of being a survival in a very hardship area of the world, and being able to do a business to sustain my staff. And we even, we have a new house 5 years ago, and we planted new trees last year in a small, and
Yeah,
2000.
you've got a
Yeah,
long view.
yeah.
And
So
you've got a dream for the future.
absolutely, it's proud to stay here, to be able to stay here, and to be able to have this extension of outside world, of being in connection with you, with my friends in many other countries. Wherever I go, I have good friends,
Yeah.
and maybe that, yeah, I'm proud of.
Well, you're very liked, Amal, that's for sure.
Thank you.
So, in all these years, with so many interviews and articles, what maybe or possibly has been your favorite or your most memorable?
That's a hard question because I love so many interviews. I have done an interview with a French Syrian person. I graduated from France and I speak French. Maybe I'm a bit, I love French stuff. Maybe not their political views all time long, but but definitely
No country is perfect. No
no,
country is perfect.
definitely cheese and perfumes and people. So this Syrian, he was a very poor Bedouin Syrian man who left Syria in 60s, 70s, and now he's number billionaire in France. His name is Mohamed Altrad, and he made huge businesses in France. And he told us his story. I was so moved by his story, and because he left very poor. Now he owns one of the biggest golf area. What do you call it? Terrain de golf in
Hmm.
Montpellier, Sud de France,
Yeah,
in the
golf clubs, golf
golf
courses.
clubs in south of France. He has the largest cement machines production in France, and how he was able to go out this Bedouin tent, raised by his mother only because he was left when he was by his father. He doesn't even know, he doesn't know him, and he became what he became. That was a very inspiring story,
Yeah. Of
and
resilience,
resilience,
determination.
determination, and he kept his modesty. He kept his feet on the ground, and he mentioned that he had two agents in Palestine working with him. He still kept Palestine in his heart, though he left when he was like 14, 13 from Syria. He kept his Arabic roots. I thought that was an amazing story, how he managed to
Very
survive.
touching.
Yeah, yeah, I
Very
was very happy
touching.
with his story, and he kept his Arabic name, and he's integrated where he is, and it was amazing, amazing
Oh,
story.
thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
So, if you had one message that you could share with the world, or today on Hotel Talk platform, anywhere, what would that be? What would you want to tell the world?
Keep communicating. I have my own small quote. I'll tell it at the end.
Yes,
But
and then my next question is for your favorite quote.
yeah, keep communicating. Keep meeting nice, good people like you, and really good-hearted. Um, that's what I always do. Maybe I'm attracted by same people with white hearts, because sometimes we connect for unknown reasons, and we end up by having poisonous relationships with people. And as we started our conversation, that human beings are, distinguishes them from animals is communicating, and civilization, of course.
Civilization. And we're social beings, and we
Yeah,
forget
yeah,
that we need that sense of community. And
yes.
community comes with communication.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. And the proof is now what's happening of the awareness of what is an unjust thing we are enduring in Palestine and in Gaza. And everybody in the world showed it with demonstrations, with showing solidarity. Even they couldn't save maybe one life that we are losing every single day, children, kids, babies in Gaza. But they showed their their morals, they showed their values that we value as Palestinian. That was we communicate with them even we don't know them, even we don't do really, but we know that they are trying to stand by us. So communicating with good people for a good cause is what keeps us alive, what keeps us different. Because if we do business for the money, I can assure you we'll never be rich. But definitely we keep ourselves rich by meeting nice people, by giving nice messages. And um, and that's what you do. You are in hotel industry. I've been in your hotel and I really enjoyed it. What was different is people communicated with us kindly, nicely. You communicate with your staff nicely. You cared, your staff cared. Even doing the vegan group that you've done, because you care, because you want to communicate something from you to the others. Even everybody else wasn't vegan, we wanted to become vegan because we loved it. So having common issue, common cause with others, it's what makes people believe in you, what makes people want to be with you. And that's what I believe I like to do all time long, is finding common causes, but being me at the same time, having my opinions, causes, not melt down with others. Others will respect you for that. And I see now with the changing world, with now with what's happening of the mixed identity with male female thing, is everybody's trying to to be trendy and say it's nice. Tell them no, it's not nice. No, it's not nice. So I say my opinion. I can afford listening to your opinion. I respect it as much as I can, but it doesn't mean I melt with your opinion. It means that I can explain
Yeah,
what.
everybody's allowed to have their own informed
Yeah,
opinion, and
yeah,
everybody should listen to everyone else's.
and be themselves authentically, not trendy. Because if you want all
Yes.
to stay trendy, it means that we'll change colors every day, and we will lose our own identity. My experience with living in France and other countries, the more you have your identity clear, culturally, even religiously, and respect other people culturally, religiously, nationally, people will embrace what you do. I was in France and I was very friend with the priests there. What is a higher than a priest in English? Let's say with priests with the church. I used to go and talk about Islam to the community. We were very good friends, and they used to fast with me in Ramadan, and we used, it's things like that that makes you happy communicator, happier creature, because you live your own, but you like others, and maybe this is why the magazine is for me, like bridging with people, communicating with them. And maybe, Farah, it's time to do an interview with you. You're so interesting.
You're
Yeah,
so sweet. With pleasure, with pleasure.
yes.
So, my dear, what's your favorite quote?
Oh, and it's a quote. It's something that I always say, and I pass it on, especially that I give lots of lectures for university students, for entrepreneurs. I speak a lot in many occasions. The secrets of taking is giving. Because many people ask, how did you succeed? How were you able to do all of this from an office of 40 meters square to a building premises of 2,500 meters square? How could you do it? I said, it's simple. Secret of taking is giving. Always give before it's becoming a condition to take. So, when it rains,
I
it
can't believe you've
evaporates.
said that. I literally just read that yesterday. I don't know if you've read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert, is
We
it
have published about
Kiyosaki?
it. Yeah, we have published a brief about
And
it.
it's been on my, to read list for years. And finally, I've just finished it yesterday. And in that, one of his main things is in order to receive, you have to give. Be generous with your time, be generous with your knowledge, be generous with your money, be generous with whatever you can be, and you'll get it back.
It's like rain. When it rains, it didn't evaporate from your backyard. It evaporated from other people's backyards. Maybe I didn't see his exact words because it was
Yes, yeah.
who has done the briefing of the book. I have a copy of it. My daughters read it and made a brief about it. It's true. I truly live it. And even if you can't be very generous. Just give a bit of it, a bit of
Exactly. And
everything.
it's not about money. It could be about time. It could be about your smile. It could be about love. It could be about acceptance. There's so many
Especially
ways.
money. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
your test is money. Now, like happening in Gaza, I know that our business is so down, but we have Gazans that are trapped and they have no food. We insist on trying to find a way to send them, money
Yeah.
to buy food. We ourselves are having 80% down of our businesses, but with the remaining, we have to survive our staff and send something to Gaza. So
Yeah. And help the community.
yeah, the test becomes in the pocket, and then everything else comes after. But it doesn't mean that we will not have the same issue. I have one Gazan friend. She used to live in a villa. Now she lives in. Her children live on the street, and she lost two of the four kids, 18 and 20. And each time I meet with her, because she's trapped in the West Bank and her children are in Gaza, and she's telling me, Amal, I never lived like this. Each time she's sorry, I said, no, we might live the same thing. We might find ourselves with nothing, with no houses, no kids. So we need to understand that nothing is sacred now with the losing of values of the modern world. We're losing values, we're losing morals on the, let's say, on the highest levels. The population, people are still very nice and they believe in good stuff. But the governing, levels are losing morals. They think of money only. They think of unilateral interests, and that's where humanity will fall. That's where we're starting to go down deep. And maybe we don't know how the humanity, how dinosaurs ended. Maybe human being would end the same way. No one is looking to that, because when we live and we wake up every morning and everything is there, we never think that this will end. If you live in a place like Palestine and you can't move a 40-kilometer away without being checked at checkpoints, stopped, checked, humiliated, beaten, killed, you don't know what is it to live in a hardship place. I can't let my son, who's 20 years old, whom I cherish and love, I can't. When we go and see the grandparents in Nablus, which is 40 kilometers from here, we ask him not to come with us. He's trapped in an area of 20 kilometers square, because we're afraid to get him go out and meet settlers who are terrorists. They kill people like that in the streets, or soldiers of the occupying forces. So being in a hardship place make you evaluate everything, really, and make you see the world in a different way. make
It's
you
just
want to live
unimaginable. It's really unimaginable for the whole world. And I think it's so important that you've shared what you've shared today. This isn't a political podcast, but I'm so grateful that so many people, we have listeners in over 100 countries now, and I hope that everybody will listen to these words and just stand up for what's right. We all have to stand up for what's right.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. So my final question to you, which is pulled out of a crystal ball, and the team here get to all write a question, and we don't know which one will be asked for which guest, but you got a beautiful one. I pulled it out, myself, because you're not here. And it's, what is the best compliment you have ever received?
Oh, wow.
Isn't that a nice question?
Oh, wow. This is a surprising question, indeed. Smart one. What is the best compliment? Not looking beautiful, definitely.
Oh, come on. I told you just today before we started recording, you look so beautiful.
Oh,
You look so well. You get better, my dear. Every year you get better. I don't know what your secret is.
Isn't it, the survival thing?
It must be. It must be, because you're looking good.
Thank you. Oh, you too. What could be? Maybe I'm a solution finder. Someone told me I am a solution finder.
That's lovely. That's different.
Because that's one of the things I think I'm good at.
Yeah.
Because whenever there is a problem, they send it to me. Amal, you're a good solution finder. Because I don't use the word problem. I don't know if we have mentioned this. I don't think, but usually I don't. I called it hurdle, challenge.
Yes, it's a hurdle that can be overcome.
It can be overcome. So whenever there is a hurdle around, like for example, if we go in a road and there's a checkpoint and we cannot pass, first thing I do, I don't waste my time cursing the checkpoint, the occupation. I don't waste my time. I say, what is the best way to go around it and find a bypass? So I invest my time and energy in finding a solution, not in thinking of the obstacle or the problem
issue.
Of the issue. Absolutely not. Even in the worst case scenario you can ever imagine, I never think of the problem. It takes or the hurdle or the issue takes maybe 5% of my thinking, and then tick immediately.
Solution.
What is the solution? And I do that.
Funny you say that, but I always say this at work, and I think at home with the kids. So I do use the word problem though, but I say for every problem there's a solution.
But
and so when people come work and they say, oh, there's this, and I said, okay, it's a problem, what's the solution? Let's find the solution.
See, that's why you can be a better manager, faster, a faster investor, and you can move more quickly, less headache, because the headache comes not from finding solutions. The headache comes from thinking of the challenge we have for the moment and thinking it's not possible to solve it. And it comes sometimes from the language. In English, the equation, in mathematics, it's called a problem. Let's say 3 + 4 = 7. In English, this is called a problem. 7 in English is called the solution, right? So for a problem and a solution. In Arabic, this equation is called a question. And the answer, which is 7, it's the response. It's not the answer. So it's the way our language can help us as well. So in English, it's always a problem. I said, no.
To reframe. It's all about reframing it.
Yes. So
to look at things in a more...
So the equation has to have 2 parts. Something that we need to dissolve and the solution. The word solution in science, it's something solid melted in a liquid, right? So the solid is the issue and the liquid is the answer. Put it together and you can drink it. You cannot drink a solid thing. So it's the way I do it at home. I do it when I do training for communications, for negotiation skills, because I do that as well. And I when I bring these out, I didn't bring them from a book, actually. I brought them from the experience because I was raised for the first 11 years of my life in a village where you see nature, sheep, soil, plants, and that affected me so much. Made you know nothing is impossible. There are impossible things like flying, for example, without wings. But however, there are so many other
There's
things.
always a solution to everything, and
The only people I
everything can be achieved. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Absolutely, and we have to as well to admit that we have limitations. So let's achieve what's achievable, and let's not be miserable to try to achieve what's not achievable, because that's where some people become miserable because they want to achieve things that are not possible for them because it's
or
not
at that time.
Yeah, because for example, we cannot travel, let's say, to Cyprus for a 30-minute flight. That's what we usually used to do. Now we have to travel 24 hours to reach Cyprus. So I give myself more time and don't hate myself for not being able to do it in 30 minutes. So it's trying to live it without being miserable. We need happy people rather than
the world needs more, definitely more happiness, more positivity, more love, more compassion.
Even the word positivity was even emptied from its meaning because people deal with it as it's positivity. It's a routine of life. It's how to do it, how to be able to pass it to others. The only people I can't deal with are the people with the theory. For every solution, there's a problem. And I have some of these here and there. Oh my God! I come up very quickly with solutions. But this, then I said, okay, you're
I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. Amal, thank you so much. This has been absolutely fantastic. I think everybody listening would have gained an insight into a world that we can't fathom. We can't ever fully understand it unless you're there. But I think this insight, not just into Palestine and the world that you live in the physical sense, but also in your mind, in your positivity, in this love that you share, in all the work you do. I think it's amazing. I think it's remarkable. Please keep it up. Keep just being you. I don't know how else to say it. And thank you for giving us your time to share so many important messages in this very short episode of our podcast. It's been wonderful.
It's always been wonderful being with you. I didn't yet forget our mjaddara in your kitchen.
Oh my goodness, we had so much fun making mjaddara lentils.
People can look at it on. I think you posted it on Instagram.
Yes, I think it's on Facebook and Cook Vegan. If you guys want to learn how to make mjaddara, which is lentils or fagez in Greek, Palestinian style, then do look it up. Just put fagez and or I think lentils in the search bar of Cook Vegan Facebook group. Yeah, it's great.
We had a catastrophe during that.
So funny, but we made it work. Yes. We spent ages cooking it, and then we opened a cupboard and teacups fell down and smashed all over and went into our cooked food that the kids were about to eat. We weren't just doing it for filming. But you were like, okay, we'll make this work. And we just did it again, I think, and it was perfect.
Yeah. It was great. I still have great memories. Please send my best regards to all, of course, our viewers today and your husband, very respectful man. I really appreciate it. And your kids, and the amazing one. Keep on the love you share, Farah. You
too, my dear. Thank you.
Thank you. See you soon, hopefully.
We hope that you're enjoying Hotel Talk, and I'd like to remind you guys, please, to click that subscribe button. It helps us more than you may realize, and any likes or comments that you can give us on any platform would be highly appreciated because it helps us get heard and more exposure. Don't forget to hop along to St. Raphael Resorts and Marina's website. Join us on our journey with our Seahorse Club, where you can get exclusive offers and so much more. Or you can email our team directly, quoting Hotel Talk, to receive an exclusive discount on your next stay with us in Limassol, Cyprus. We'll see you all soon, and feedback is more than welcome. Thank you for being part of this journey.